What so many of us noticed who were watching this funeral begin, the former presidents arriving, where they sat, and the body language. Former President Obama seated next to President-elect Donald Trump and his wife Melania. Others got up to greet the President-elect Trump, including Mike Pence, who has not been with him in the same room since they left their term 4 years ago, who did not get up to shake his hand. Pence's wife ignored him. Vice President Harris and her husband, they did not greet the Trumps, neither did George Bush or his wife Laura. Who was not there? Michelle Obama. According to Politico, she is in Hawaii and had a scheduling conflict. All the other former living presidents are there with their spouses.
The left is having a meltdown over the fact that President-elect Donald J. Trump is sitting next to their black KKK collective groupthink messiah, Barack Obama, during Jimmy Carter's funeral. They can't wrap their heads around it. We got Charlamagne completely crashing out and having a breakdown on the Breakfast Club, which we'll get into here in a second, all the way down to Don Lemonfingers making TikToks mad. As well as going live talking about he reached out to some lip reader and he can make out what they were talking about while sitting next to each other.
One more thing before we go, okay? So before we go, everyone's been wondering what Donald Trump, a lot of people, I shouldn't say everyone, what Donald Trump and Barack Obama were talking about at the funeral. I saw this on TikTok, by the way, a lip reader, and here's what she said, and I love it.
And if you could, maybe, you have to always help people, even if they're unhappy. But you gotta be sure if they're happy. You have to pour outwards, always. Hey guys, Nina here. I've been tagged so many times to lip read this video. It's going viral, over 14 million views. I've been contacted by 2 news stations about it. This is alleged. There's no way for me to know 100% that this is what's being said. That's not how lip reading works. That being said, this is my best lip read of the clip. I believe that they're talking about something having to do with not being able to please everyone. What I imagine is that as 2 presidents, 2 different types of presidents completely, they're talking about how, like, no matter what, there's always someone, some group of people, whatever, that they can't please. I saw a video talking about a forensic lip reader who supposedly lip read this and was reading something about chores, like it being a chore. I personally just don't see that. But let me know what you guys think in the comments.
Okay, so I asked her to be on the show. So I sent her a DM on the TikTok. So I would love for her to be on the show, okay?
They came up with their theories of what possibly may be going on, that he has all strategy and it all figured out.
Obama ain't stupid. Obama was caught at the other funeral talking to Biden, and everybody was trying to figure out what Biden and Obama were talking about. So now they're at another funeral. Barack already knows that people are going to be trying to lip read what he's talking about. So he knows what he's doing. The most authentic thing was when Kamala looked back and saw them talking and looked forward and let out a huge ass sigh. That was the only authentic thing that happened in that whole.
Keep your friends close, your enemies closer. I saw that little snippet of Obama kind of yucking it up with Trump, which I'm sure he was like doing something like really condescending and hilarious. But I saw these comments are like, oh, they're just playing in our faces. And I'm like, yeah, it's the U.S. politicians. It's the U.S. ideology. Of course, it's playing in our faces. But at the same time, like, what do you want Obama to do? Like, punch him in the face? You guys sometimes are just not understanding the strategy game, and you're messy. You're so messy.
That all the way down to theories that even I can't deny seems to be a little bit accurate as far as them trying to depict pictures as if Trump and Melania was not there.
You cannot tell me that the seating arrangement at former President Jimmy Carter's funeral at the National Cathedral was not strategic. Here's a photo that Vice President Kamala Harris just posted of her, President Biden, and the former president's former first ladies paying tribute to former President Jimmy Carter. Former First Lady Michelle Obama was not there, but 2 people were that are not in this picture. former President Trump, former First Lady Melania Trump. Here's the picture that the Carter Center, which is the organization that former President Jimmy Carter founded, posted. And you'll see that those two are not in the picture either. Now, there is protocol to how the current president, vice president, and former presidents and first ladies sit, but kind of changed for this funeral. Let's take a look. Here's the seating arrangement for former President George H.W. Bush's funeral. You got then current President Trump, Melania Trump, followed by presidents who served in the order that they did. His vice president sat behind him. Former President Ronald Reagan's funeral. You had then President George W. Bush, First Lady, sat next to the Vice President, Second Lady behind, and then the presidents that served in the order that they did. Looking at these photos, and then looking at this photo, that the seating arrangement was not strategic, so that these two weren't in the photos that they posted.
Which is not going to happen no matter how much they try to erase President Donald J. Trump out of the history books. He is your daddy come January 20th. I can't wait. I will be at the inauguration myself. I got a personal invite to the inauguration, and I will be at the balls. And I think that I might be going live with that to give you guys that support me inside footage to that. So stay tuned with that. But we got to talk about Charlamagne the Devil completely crashing out and having a breakdown over the fact he is finally figuring out that he shielded so hard for the Democratic Party to only find out that this is just cosplay. This is all acting. Behind the scenes, these people really don't have no problems.
I just think politics is all WWE. And, meanwhile, we out here, cutting off family and friends and business relationships because of who somebody chose to vote for. Like, stop running to kick that football, man. Cut it out. Politics is all WWE. It's really just that simple for me.
They really could have been talking about the NFL. They could have been talking about anything.
Yeah, but after you went so hard, calling somebody a threat to democracy and calling somebody a fascist, and now you just, chummy with the man. You told us he was a threat to democracy. To me, that's just terrible political optics.
It's WWE because they sit next to each other. They could have said anything. Trump could have said, "You smell that?" Somebody farted, and he could have laughed. Like, you just never know.
They was calling him a fascist, just like his VP called him Hitler. Would you giggle with Hitler? Meanwhile, Republicans demonize Democrats every chance they get. Bruce Fisher wouldn't even shake the VP's hand. Mm-hmm. But you got the last real leader of the Democratic Party, Barack Obama, laughing and giggling with Trump. Looking like, he's kissing the ring. That's what it looked like. It did.
I wouldn't say kiss. I wouldn't say kissing the ring. I didn't say kissing the ring.
It looked like a conversation.
But you sitting there, somebody having a conversation.
If you thought
that's exactly what they said.
If you really believe, because this is what they said, if you believe that this person is going to jail his political opponents, and you believe this person is going to seek revenge against his political opponents, you probably be in there kikiing too. All I'm saying, it just looks like terrible political optics after you've, used such crazy ass rhetoric against him. And by the way, I'm a person that's called him a fascist too, but not because of what Democrats said, but because of what I heard coming out of his mouth. But if you're going to use that type of rhetoric and then sit there and kiki with him after the fact, that's terrible political optics.
You just don't know what they were talking about, though. Like you said, it could have been something quick. He just laughed and kept it moving, and we still not messing with each other.
I don't care what you're talking about. If you showing all your teeth after you said that he was a threat to democracy.
Nah, you don't know what that conversation was about, though.
Man, y'all look crazy.
You can't say he kissing the ring based off of a 2-second clip of them laughing.
I'm not okay. Well, he was showing all his teeth, and you showing all your teeth after you said this man was a threat to democracy, and you called him a fascist. Come on, man, knock it off. That's not regular political rhetoric to use against a person, and then just sit there and act like it's all good after the fact.
All right. Well, that is front page news.
Just a fool. Charlamagne the Devil is just mad because he shielded so hard for the Democratic Party. He went all in on black and lost everything. Made himself look like a dumbass. He shielded so hard using all the Democratic talking points of Trump is a threat to democracy. Trump is a threat to democracy. Oh my God, Trump is racist. The racist stuff coming out of his mouth, that now he looks like a fool to only find out that everything is all good. It's all cosplay. Behind the scenes, everybody is cool. Now, we are all familiar with fake-ass Barack Obama, their black messiah, just not too long ago talking about pluralism and how Trump is somehow a threat to democracy and somehow that they're going to take political grips and try to weaponize the system. And basically everything he listed in that speech is exactly what the Democratic Party did to the Republican Party.
Can
the idea of pluralism work in the current moment? And for that matter, is the concept even worth saving? I believe the answer is yes. I am convinced that if we want democracy as we understand it to survive, then we're all going to have to work towards a renewed commitment to pluralist principles. Because the alternative is what we've seen here in the United States and in many democracies around the globe. Not just more gridlock, not just public cynicism, but an increasing willingness on the part of politicians and their followers to violate democratic norms, to do anything they can to get their way, to use the power of the state to target critics and journalists and political rivals, and to even resort to violence in order to gain and hold on to power.
So since then, Trump actually spoke about them two actually sitting down and how it appeared to all of us. And he had some good things to say about it, and I actually respect how he responded to it. So play the clip.
Off the top, you mentioned the Carter funeral today. What were you talking to Barack Obama about?
It did look very friendly, I must say. I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it, how friendly it looked. I saw it on your wonderful network just a little while ago before I came in, and I said, boy, they look like two people that like each other, and we probably do. We have little different philosophies, right? But we probably do. I don't know, we just got along, but I got along with just about everybody on that. We met backstage, as you know, before we went on, and I thought it was a beautiful service, but we all got along very well.
At the end of the day, I think that the Democrats are just mad that they lost, and they are having a hard time coping with it for those that can't wrap their head around this.
Are we just supposed to ignore the fact that Donald Trump and Barack Obama are now supposedly BFFs? Look at them. They're having a blast. This is at Jimmy Carter's funeral where, you want to lighten the mood a little bit, but they're chit-chatting, they're talking, they're making each other laugh. Donald Trump's laughing at Barack Obama's jokes. Barack Obama's laughing at Donald Trump's jokes. And they don't care. Look, the Bushes come in. They don't pay them any mind. They're so into each other. They're so into their conversation. They're loving life. Nothing phases them. No, and they used to hate each other, these two. Look, I mean, all of a sudden, look, the Ice Queen comes walking in, bum, bum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-dum, and they don't pay Hillary any mind. In fact, they probably start talking about her. Hey, remember when you beat her in the primary? Yeah, remember when you beat her in the general? Huh, she was so mad she hid in the hotel for 3 days. Huh, she wouldn't give you that phone call. Anyway, this is a sight to see. This is all anyone was talking about at Jimmy Carter's funeral, how Donald Trump and Barack Obama were getting together like lifelong buds. I mean, look at that smile. This is what life is all about, folks. Find somebody that laughs at your jokes the way Barack Obama laughs at Donald Trump's.
That there is some form of decorum and respect behind the scenes that they just don't see. I think that all of them are fake as hell. I think Obama is fake as hell. I think Charlamagne the devil is fake as hell. All the way down to all of you liberals are fake as hell, including on the right side. People are just fake. They're fake, fake, fake. But I didn't see anything wrong with it. You guys have to remember, man, everybody's running off the narrative of what the media campaigned against Trump when he came down the Escalade. Before then, everybody loved Trump. Everybody loved him. He was in all the rap songs. Everybody watched his show, You're Fired. He endlessly helped a lot of people with their campaigns when they tried to run for president, when they knew damn hell they had no chance of winning presidency, but he helped support them. People loved him, man. He was in music. He was in shows. He was a celebrity. Everybody wanted to be around him. Everybody contacted him for help. So you got to understand that your hatred, your anger, and your resentment towards a man you don't really know is manufactured by media. It's manufactured for you to be brainwashed like the sheep that you are and not recognizing that going so easily with the narrative of the people that are arbiters of truth, the people that say something is disinformation and misinformation, but are the ones that are putting out all the disinformation and misinformation. So you have to understand that they did an active campaign soon as he ran for presidency, when he ran against Hillary and destroyed her, just like they did through Biden's season as well as Kamala. They tried to run the campaign of the same old rhetoric that we just get tired of hearing. So to me, all of y'all is just fake as hell, man. Trump was loved, man. The man did a lot of good things for the country. He did a lot of good things for many other people, man. So either way, for those of you that are mad and up in arms and can't wrap your head around the fact that they look like BFFs, you guys are being nothing but hypocrites. Because if you think about it, Trump just carried on Obama's legacy when it came to you illegal immigrants coming through the country. They keep calling Trump racist and xenophobe and all this stuff because he wants to deport illegal immigrants. You guys are just being hypocrites. Because if you remember, they used to refer to Obama as the deporter in chief. And he's the one that was putting people in cages. At least with Trump's administration, they're saying they're not going to separate families. They'll just deport all y'all's asses. Either way, you guys are being hypocrites. Charlamagne the devil, he's just upset over the fact that he shielded so hard for the Democratic Party. He went all cars in. He won everything on black and lost it all, made himself look like a complete fool using the Democratic talking points of somehow Trump is racist and somehow he's a threat to democracy. All the nursery rhyme rhetoric that we're so used to hearing. Either way, I'm going to end this video. I don't want to make it long. I got a bonus video on Barack Obama and the fact that Michelle, Big Mike Michelle, was not there at Jimmy Carter's funeral. I think that is funny. Shout out to Caroline. I told you I would put this bonus feature in there for you. I love what this comedian said.
And do you think that the country will see the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman president?
We already have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know Michelle is a trans.
I'm sorry, she's a what?
A transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. It's okay.
And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If it's your first time on the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell because I only do mean tweet commentary. And for everybody else that has been supporting me, uplifting my voice to where it is today, taking me to places that I never thought that I would ever be or dream to be, meet some of the most coolest people ever, all because I stood on what I believed and I stood on what was right, to only find out that a lot of you guys feel the same way that I do, through my opinion, through things that I bring that are factual, my reporting, so on and so forth. Thank you guys. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I truly support you and will continue to keep doing this hard work and putting in the effort and time towards this. Continue to hit the like, comment, share button. Thank you guys. And as always, it's your boy Craig Long, 45. You can't make this shit up. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, oi.